Are you gearing up to sign a listing agreement with your real estate broker? That's very exciting. But before you put pen to paper, let's take a moment to break down some of the key terms you're going to see in the contract. And don't worry, it's not as intimidating as it sounds. I'm here to make it simple and clear. So let's dive in so you can feel confident and ready to get your home sold. So let's break these terms down in plain English. First of all, we have an exclusive listing. This means the property is all ours to list, market, and sell. It's exclusively handled by the listing firm that is named in the agreement. No one else gets to play in their sandbox. MLS, the multiple listing service, the magical database where homes for sale are shared with all real estate agents so buyers can find your home. Term, this is the timeline of the contract, when it starts and when it ends. Effective date, the day where everyone says, we've got a deal, and signs off. Agency, this spells out who's working for the seller. That would be us. Along with agency, we have limited dual agency. This happens when the agent or their firm works for both the seller and the buyer. It's like playing referee, making sure everyone gets a fair deal. Listing broker dual agency is when one agent represents both sides. Firm limited dual agency is when two separate agents under the same brokerage represent the buyer and the seller. What is the list date? This is the big reveal. This is the day your home officially goes live on the MLS, and no sneaky previews or marketing are allowed before this date. Fair housing. We play fair. No discrimination, period. No matter your gender, race, religion, family status, disability, or if you have a service animal, you're all welcome here. Compensation is also in the contract, and this is where you decide how much you're paying your listing firm, which is the broker's firm handling your sale. There are no standard rates, so feel free to negotiate. You'll also specify how much you'll compensate your broker's firm if the buyer does not have their own agent. You'll also see mention of a key box, and this is the little gadget that lets agents access your home for showings. Your listing firm will install it, and this is the time to chat about any restrictions, like if you need notice before showings or certain times blocked off. The seller disclosure statement is also mentioned in the contract. You can think of this as your property's resume. It's where you outline the current condition of the home and disclose any issues past or present that you are aware of. And remember, as always, transparency is key. So what is closing? This is the grand finale. This happens when all the paperwork is signed, the loan is funded, escrow has done its thing, and the deed is officially recorded with the county. That's when the sale is a done deal. Also discussed in the contract is the earnest money deposit, which is the buyer's good faith deposit handed over to escrow after the agreement is signed. If the buyer breaks the contract, this money could go to you as liquidated damages. And finally, seller opt-outs. Are you not into having your home address splashed all over the internet? No problem. You can choose to withhold the listing from online platforms, or you can just keep the address private. I hope that was helpful and not too boring, but if you have any questions about the terms we discussed, or maybe you have come across an additional term that you're curious about, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'm always happy to help make things simpler and more easy to understand.